Hello, this is a film about overlays. Overlays are coloured sheets of plastic that will be placed over a page of text, and the surprising thing is that about 5% of individuals find that when the text is covered by a coloured plastic sheet, they read faster. The other extraordinary thing is that there's no one colour that helps everybody. People need to select a colour that suits them individually, and that makes things quite tricky when one's trying to help people using coloured overlays, because one has to find the colour that suits them best. Now there are, as you can see, a great many colours. These are the colours of the rainbow ranged round here, but there are also many colours that aren't in the rainbow. And all these colours become gradually less saturated as one goes towards white. Now we want to be able to sample these colours systematically and as comprehensively as possible. We do this by having a range of overlays that forms a circle of colours fairly close to white. And we sample these colours systematically, but in a rather haphazard order, deliberately, and we find the best of these. And if that overlay colour is sufficient to reduce the distortions altogether, we stop then. If some of the distortions still remain, we want to know whether another colour, slightly stronger perhaps, will get rid of the distortions completely. We then start to use double overlays. So the overlays testing procedure comes in two halves, as it were. In the first half, one's testing all the overlays individually to see whether one individual overlay of one or other of these colours is sufficient to get rid of symptoms. If it isn't, then we go on to try stronger colours, and the stronger colours are formed by placing one overlay on top of another. Now, of course, it's possible to combine the overlays two at a time in a very large number of combinations, but we only choose the combinations that we really need to choose, the ones that will produce colours that are similar to the one that's been selected as the best. This is Sarah, and I'm going to demonstrate how to test with overlays. You need the overlays set out in the order of the numbers shown in the diagram here. Notice that the colours are not neighbouring colours in this diagram, but are randomly organised across the diagram. We take the first colour, which is rose, and we place it over one passage of text. And we ask the candidate which side the text is clearest and most comfortable. That side? Okay. In what way does it differ on the two sides? Could you describe that to me?
The words seem bolder and more clear.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you which side, because you've chosen this overlay, I'm going to ask you which side is clearest with, the matte side or the gloss side? This is the gloss side, and that's the matte side.
The matte side.
Okay. Now I take the next overlay and I place it beside that one and ask you which side is the clearest and most comfortable.
That one.
That one. Is there a big difference between these two?
Not really.
Okay. And we take the next one, place that beside the best overlay so far.
That one.
Right, we're still choosing that one. And work our way down the sequence of overlays that we've set out.
That one.
Okay, and we take the least preferred one away and place the next one beside it. Which of those two?
That one.
That one.
That one.
Okay.
That one.
Take that away. And this one now.
That one.
That one.
That
That
one.
one.
That
That
one.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how much of a difference would you say there was between those two?
The words are very clear. They don't blur towards the edges if I look at the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I can read quite happily without getting lost, like in my place.
And you would if you read that one, would you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want to see whether a stronger colour will help.
Okay.
So I'm going to place that over both sides,
Mhm.
like that, and find another copy of that colour.
Mhm.
Leaf. So, and I place that, over one side. Now, which of those two sides is best, do you think?
That
one.
side.
Right, so you're not going to choose the double one of those two. But I'm going to, now, you've chosen leaf, and I've tried you with two leaf, but I want to try a leaf and an apple and a turquoise and leaf, just to be sure. So we'll try with those two. Which of those two is best?
That's
That one
one.
again? Right. And finally, these two.
That's
That one.
okay.
So you're still going for the single leaf. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Well, I hope we've made the test procedure seem reasonably simple. It is simple, but it's not quite as simple as it seems. There are one or two things to bear in mind. It's important to follow the procedure as closely as possible. But first of all, it's essential to pay attention to the lighting before you even begin the testing. The lighting has to be the same as it is in the normal work environment of the individual. So it'll usually be fluorescent lighting, it'll usually be fairly bright. It may have some daylight in there as well. Try and replicate the lighting conditions of the classroom or the office as closely as you can. The second point is to relax the individual and to ask them what they see when they look at text. Sometimes the individual may describe quite florid distortions. They may describe the letters coming up, flying off the page, or the white coming up and hitting them in the eye. If they don't say they see anything of that kind, then what you could do is to ask them what they see in text when they're feeling really tired. And you'll find they then describe the text moving and so on. And you can ask them about similar sorts of movement that they may or may not have seen during the test procedure. Right, Sarah, I'm going to now measure how quickly Sarah reads with and without her chosen overlay. We'll begin with the overlay, ask her to read for a minute, and then test her without the overlay again for a minute, test her without the overlay yet again for a minute, and then finally with the overlay again for a minute. So that's 4 times in all. So we get an idea of how reliable each test measurement is, and any effects of practice should act against showing any benefit from the overlay. So let's begin with Sarah's chosen colour is the leaf overlay. We place that over the rated reading test, and I'm going to ask you, Sarah, to read as quickly as you can, and I'm going to give you a minute in which to read as much of that passage, and I'm going to say, on your marks, get set, go.
Okay.
Then I'll start the timer. All right? On your marks, get set, go.
Come see the play, look up is cat, not my and dog for you to the cat up dog, and is play come you, see for not to look up to play see that.
Good. So there are 9 seconds left after the minute, so you took 51 seconds. Now we're going to try the next passage without the overlay. Okay, on your marks, get set, go.
See the look dog and not is you come up to my for cat play, not up play my is dog you come look for see and to.
Good, well done. Now I'm going to ask you to do the next passage again without the overlay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
On your marks, get set, go.
You is not come cat up look to play dog my the for and see look for up and the play is dog cat not see to come and come.
Well done. And now the last passage, which we're going to do with the overlay. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
On your marks, get set, go.
Cat for the U, not up my dog. C2 is come play, look and see you dog. And to see you is play, look up the cat dog for my fault.
Good. Most children don't get to the end of the passage by the time the minute's up, but our candidate here was quite a fast reader. She read all 150 words in 51 seconds, but made 2 mistakes. So that's 150 minus 2, 148 words correct. 148 words in 51 seconds is 148 divided by 51, which is 2.901 words per second. And since there's 60 seconds in a minute, that's 174.1 words per minute. The second time is much easier to calculate because when she read without the overlay, she read 148 words in 60 seconds and made 1 mistake, so that's 147 words per minute. Now, you can do the similar calculations for the third and fourth time, and then you can average the words per minute with the overlay and the words per minute without the overlay. And the averages work out that she read 168.3 words per minute with the overlay and 144 words per minute without. So the overlay increased the reading speed by 16.8%. We usually find that increases of 5% or more mean that the person finds the overlay of sufficient use to continue to use it voluntarily.
I do suffer with migraines. I have been for the last 4 or 5 years. What I found with the overlay was it was much clearer. The words didn't run into one another. They weren't bunched up. They weren't fuzzy near the edges. It was just completely clear and easy to read. It wasn't like I had to concentrate a lot on each word individually. With the different colours, it was easy to see from one to another which one was better, especially when we started with the plain to the green. That was the easiest one, I think, because it was just so clear. With the reading test, I found the green overlay just made it so much clearer. It's the weirdest thing to feel, but I can't really explain it. It's just, I don't know, it's mostly what it's like to read normally for other people, was just having a green thing in front of it.